Alright. I'm back. Went to the grocery store, had breakfast with Chris. We went out and had breakfast at one of our favorite local places. Got back, talked to the DHL delivery guys to give them some additional instructions for delivery of my monitor, which is going to be here in like the next 10 to 14 days, something like that. But I got a new monitor. DHL, I've sometimes had delivery issues with them because their drivers don't always actually call and try to find our place, and we have a weird we have a place that we live that was not on the grid for 20 years, and we had to physically go get an address put here, and it's not in everybody's systems even after 3 years. We just finally, after 3 years of living here, got an updated. The Google car came by, and now there's an actual building in our location. It's hilarious. All right, today is a big day. If I'm not mistaken, I'm getting the sand crawler built for the guild today. But before we do that, I gotta make sure we got enough water on hand. Let's go ahead and get some more filters producing. I need to go break the carrier down. Dude, eggs Benedict are delicious. No, we had panuchos. I had longaniza and Chris had chicken and meat. Panuchos bañados, preparados con queso y salsa roja. Están bien ricos. Ándale. Dame los filtros estándares. I got a new cup of coffee. And strapping in. Time to build stuff. What's up, Giard? Giard. I always say Giard. It's Giard. Guard. Guard. Guard, man. G-R-D, Giard, Jared, Jared. Jesus, that's gonna be hard for me to pronounce. Jared. I'll get it right one day, I promise. What's up, Tipsy Tater? All right, guys, wish me luck. We're gonna see if we have enough to get the sand crawler built for the guild today. First thing I'm gonna do though is we're gonna tear down the carrier thopter, and we're gonna let Blackthorn reassemble it because we're having issues with the permissions not working properly. And what we noticed yesterday was that you can't update the permissions from afar. You have to be physically at the carrier thopter, so you can't use like the drop-down permissions list and stuff. So, excuse me. To avoid having any issues, I'm just gonna break it down and let Blackthorn reassemble it because he's out there in the deep desert every day and I'm not. And because of the quirkiness with the permissions list, I'm gonna help them get that sorted out. Okay. Now, water is producing. Oh, I misjudged it by a teeny weeny little bit. Get up in there. As it should, Balrogs, for sure. Yeah, the deep desert stuff should be way slower for solo players versus group players. Okay, let me get my construction tool out. Oh, I need the other controller. Hold on, I'm not ready. Man, I am all hot from out walking around with Chris. Where's my air conditioner? Why is it not working? I think I need to drop it down a couple notches. Okay, first and foremost, let me get a chest put up here for now. This, and we're going to start to break this down. Hang on before I do that. Make that a guild chest. Now I get to find out how to target all these pieces. All right. One more wing. I've been doing on storage space. We should store all this. Two, three, 5, 6. I need to go repair my tool. This thing breaks down really freaking fast. Let's go repair that bad boy. Okay. Repair. That's correct. As a solo player, like, you really don't need any tier 6 stuff. It's more of just a, you know, I have nothing else to do. Let me go get tier 6 stuff. Otherwise, you don't actually need it. That's true, Ray. Bubble says the music's dramatic as fuck trying to tear down a... I know, right? It's like... It's the somber breakdown of the Caryopter. It's like a funeral dirge. chest. A couple more pieces. The really fun part is finding all of the ways that this is supposed to be able to be disassembled. I'm gonna have to probably go up on top of it. There we go. Woo! Alright, those are all the pieces for the carrier thopter. Twas a lot of pieces. Okay, and that gives us a chest full of, let me put this in Discord. Alright. I'll let Blackthorn do that. Now I'm going to go downstairs and see what we've got to make the sandcrawler. Let's see what we've got, if we're missing anything. Okay. Now this is going to be where the fun begins, because I don't know what we've got. Nice. Alright. Sandcrawler time. I should get away from the keyboard, or get away from the controller and use mouse and keyboard for this. I have a special engine, which we're going to make for sure. Let's just start off with that. We're going to say, yes, engine is made. Cabin. I don't know how many treads I need. Anybody know how many treads we need for the crawler? PSU. Vacuum. Chassis. Centrifuge. 2 treads, says Garrett. Okay. 2 treads. So let's go down the list here. Cabin, craft, 2 treads, PSU, craft. Let me scratch these off the list. Cabin, PSU, 2 treads. Vacuum. Chassis. Looky there, we had everything. Fuck yeah. 1 sandcrawler coming up, kids. The guild had a really good week in the deep desert this week. Hauled back like 4,000 spice melange. And I don't know how many plastinium. Let's go ahead and put things up in the assault thopter. Although, I actually need to put those in my inventory first. If I want to get the credit for the journey. I actually need to construct it if I want the credit, and then I have to tear it all back down again. Alright, I see how this is going to work. That's fine then. Those are all the pieces. Let's put those in the assault thopter. Everything's in the thopter, nothing in the inventory. Nothing left over. Controller. But we'll make it and break it down again, because I want the credit for the journey at the very least. And then how much do we have left over? Oh yeah, nice. We still have more than 1,000 melange left over. Cool. Well, I'll be able to make some large storage chests, so I'll get those replaced in a minute. Let's double check that my repair tool or my crafting tool is good, because it's going to take some use here in a minute. Let's go build this bad boy. Assemble! I need to put the parts in me. You know what? Did I put them in here, or did I forget to do that? I may have forgotten to put them in here. No, I did. We're good. However, I'm not going to have enough. Start with the chassis. No, 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 no. I clicked the wrong thing. It's gonna be a long time before I drive it. Alright, well I got the credit for that. But now I need to fuel it and then harvest spice with it, which is not going to happen. I'm not going to be harvesting spice anytime soon. But at the very least, I don't think I need to do anything else for the build, but just to make sure that I've got all the pieces correct. Oh, it hovers. Well, oh, I did get an achievement though. Construct all vehicles. Perfect. Okay, now I need to fuel it. And now, I guess I could drive it if I wanted to. Not that I'm going to be able to do anything with it at the moment. Suck up that sand. I feel like I'm playing Farm Simulator. Alright, well that has been created for the guild. I need to go get a screenshot. Somebody told me F6 was for the... Hang on, I gotta stand up top of the just like a proud heavy equipment operator. Need to stand up on the tread. Oh, the sun is being annoying. Let's go to the other side to get a good screenshot here. F6, hide the UI and take our screenshot. All right. Let me share that in Discord with everybody. Do 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 do. All right. Well, there we have that. Let's detach. Yeah, we got plenty of space in this chest. Voila! The guild now has a Caryoptopter and a sand crawler, and is fully ready for whatever chaos they want to get up to in the deep desert. And I am now going to double check that that chest has guild permissions. Yes. I am going to go downstairs. And rebuild these storage chests to be big uns. to replace the ones we got, and we'll keep the bays because they look really cool. Wrong tool. Like I need my construction tool. Demolish. Okay. Let's get some better lighting here for the bays because I can't see shit. Easiest thing to do is put this into the buggy. Okay. I need 4 melange and 70 ingots. I think it was 4. Ugh. I'll pull that out in a minute. Okay. Alright. Can't tell if we're quite symmetrical in here or not. Okay. Now. Back to the buggy. Okay. Yes. For the moment. Nothing in this one. Okay. might take a couple of those particulate filters and stick them upstairs. Fill up that, all the water storage here. That's probably a good idea. Oh, this chest is gonna be a nightmare. Salt thunder. Oh no! This one's gonna be tricky to dump stuff into. You know what I'm gonna have to do is probably like this. Really? There's nothing left. 0.45. Oh, there we are. I was like, there's still stuff in here. Where did it go? Okay. Pick it up. Okay. Alright, I have replaced all the small storage. However, I still have to do a little bit of management here to get these things nice and clean. That way we have one for all the bits and pieces. And one for like ore and stuff. So let me pull out... This stuff I need to pull out and put in my personal storage, which we'll do here in a minute. This will be the clutter chest. Which is going to be all these sundries from the guild, which is used to make all sorts of fun stuff. I am going to snag those filters though and use those up top. Alright, that leaves that here. Perfect. Alright, let me sort this over here. By the way, I'll get caught up on chat here in a minute, everybody. I'm sorting this stuff out, and I gotta be hands-on, eyes-on here, and I'll catch up with chat here in a minute. I see a whole bunch of messages from Twitch and YouTube going through, so I appreciate it, everybody. Just give me a second. Okay. Alright. Buggy. I need that stuff, but I'll put it in my personal storage. Because that was from the chest I had created. I need those filters for up top. Alright, I think... Now I gotta switch these over to circuit 2. And these need to get guild permissions. Alright, That went nicely. Okay, let me put that in Discord. All right, let me get caught up on chat now. So we had a whole bunch of stuff that went by. JDL says my favorite deep desert activity besides tweaking my order final layout is harvesting with the sandcrawler. Nice. Tombs, good morning. I may have said that already, but if I didn't, good morning. What's up, CAG? Boris says there's a guy in Hagen that drives his sandcrawler to small patches and zips them up. Makes sense. Grieving Mother says, saw the comment about playing games as an adult, the net trolling people who have nothing better to do than complain about their own life sucks or something, like watching you play and do what you love to do. Best regards from Sweden. Well, thank you very much, Mother. I appreciate that. More to come. I usually do. I've been ramping up my short production, and we've got some more coming out. I'm trying to do 2 a day right now, so I have yet to cut today's first short out because I went to the grocery store and I didn't do my normal morning routine, so I went and had breakfast with my wife instead. What's up, Girl Shadow? Rudy wants to know, how did I farm so many pumps? These are guild chests, so this is a guild contribution. So many people contributing over the course of a week. Like, I think there's like 8 or 10 of us who play pretty regularly, and everybody's contributing. So every week they build the deep desert testing. The deep desert build gets built on Tuesday nights, and then throughout the week the guild does stuff in the deep desert, puts everything into chests, refines all the stuff, and then at the end of the week everything gets brought back here, and we have the T6 production facilities at my hub. And these are the storage chests for guild contributions. So this is everything that's excess that we don't need or haven't used yet. I'm going to take one of those actually, because I got to fuel up. Matter of fact, I might take the paste out of here. Put that in the other chest. Also, the plastinium dust is going to come out of here. Any stuff that's like ore, we can put that over here. I'm going to grab 1,000 of that for my personal stuff to do more lubes. Alright, those have all been sorted out. They have light fixtures in front of them. Well, this looks very good. Let's go up top and stick a filter. Should be good for about 12 hours. Fill all the water facilities completely to the top. That should. I'll keep the other filter on hand just in case it doesn't. I can run it again later. Okay, I need to stick some stuff in personal chests up here. And this chest. The buggy, yeah, stash this. Gosh darn it. a piece of cat hair. Do I need any duraluminum? Not at the moment. I've got like a whole bunch on hand. I shouldn't need to make any lube for a while because I got tons of lube in storage. I think we are good to go. So the guild has a carrier crafted. We have the sandcrawler crafted. Alright. Let me put a Google Calendar notification for 20 days out, so I don't remember. Maybe we'll do, instead of 20 days, let's do 2 weeks. Spice Blue! Good thing we don't actually need spice right now. We have so much excess, which is awesome. 20 days from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The 10th of August, lube the main base. And that's a task on the 20th of August. Excuse me, 10th of August. That way I know to come and put stuff in. Yeah, big team effort, like Toombs says. And yeah, there's a bunch of people contributing to the deep dive. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch. Like I said, there's like 8, 10 people. Everybody contributes the way they can. I think there's 4 or 5, maybe 6 people who are out there almost every single day. But yeah, it's a big team effort to make all of that come together, which is awesome. What's up, Thorgan? Did I get the chicken coop secured? Well, we haven't lost any more baby ducks in 2 nights, so I'd say for the moment we seem to be okay. Yeah, I think we're like 2 weeks ahead of schedule at Toombs in terms of the carrier and the sandcrawler. We're 2 weeks ahead of what I had predicted we were going to be ready for. So yeah, guild members have been kicking ass, which is awesome. I also think it's just we're at a good point in time where all the griefers are kind of leaving, and so the deep desert is relatively, I'm going to use air quotes here, relatively safe, because there's not a lot of griefers out there. They've all sort of gotten bored and moved off. So those of us who are here for PvE and like friendly competitive PvP and just, you know, hanging out and having fun as a community, you know, those are the players who are left, which are the core players who will be playing Dune Awakening for many months and potentially years to come. And so that has also, I think, contributed to us going out and having more fun in the deep desert, whereas before, you know, being nervous about it because we didn't want to get griefed. But now that those things are gone, yeah. No, the guild's going good. It's a good team effort, and I'm, you know, I can't take a lot of credit for that. I can't. I have not done a lot for the deep desert. My side of things was this. My side of things was building this massive base on my own, and then now it's available, you know, using everybody else's resources from the deep desert to build the T6 production hub. So, you know, I built the structure on my own, but the T6 production stuff was all the guild members. That was all them contributing. And so now this massive base, I have like 800 plus thousand credits in the bank, so my taxes are paid for like the next 2 years of gameplay. The base is built. I probably won't be doing any more extensions to the base. There's parking here. There's carrier thopter parking up top. The carrier thopter's broken down right now, and the sandcrawler are broken down right now. But this isn't, you know, fleshed out for the guild to use. So the nice thing is that as I dip in and dip out and play lots of other games, I'll be popping in once or twice a week to make sure that my taxes remain paid and that this place remains to have power and lots of lube and lights and everything else and water. and then the guild can come in here and rebuild things as they need to and make armor. That's going to be the big thing for a lot of the players. I won't ever do tier 6 armor and weapons. More than likely. I doubt I'll ever do it. Because I'm not going to really ever be going out to the deep desert. So, like, coming in here and building, like, this stuff, I mean, it's not really... What I'll probably end up doing, to be honest with you, is if I need any stuff, I'll end up buying my mats off the broker, because I have so much money. I can just buy my mats. That way I'm not robbing guild mats, and then I can just... Because, like, I can build, like... Where is it? This thing right here. Like the compact compactor Mark 6. Do I need that? No. Will I build it eventually? Probably. You know, but really I'm at the point now with this character where I'm just waiting for content drops. So, and I will probably go out and participate in a big guild harvest whenever they decide that they're going to go do a big, like, let's go as a guild and take the carrier out and take the sandcrawler out and let's go for a big splice blow. I will probably put some missile launchers on my scout thopter and go participate in that if my schedule aligns with everything. Yeah, Babylonia definitely kicks things off. And then Blackthorn has been heading up the day-to-day. But, you know, everybody's contributing, which I think is nice, because even though it's a lot of solo players in the guild, everyone has been coming together to make all that stuff happen. Because like I said, I can't take credit for anything other than I built the structure. And I built these things, but I didn't, you know, the resources for all of this was the guild in the deep desert. I think I only did 7 or 8 spice blows to contribute to this. And there have been people out there doing spice blows every single day. And I've done a single tier 6 node of titanium. And then, like I said, 7 or 8 spice nodes to contribute to all of this. And that's about it. But everything's built. We are good to go. I'm waiting for, small group and solo Landsrad content. That's what I really want. Oh my god. Clean sweep. I think all the Harkonnens have left our server. Alright, this will be interesting to see what pops up, because I may end up spending some of my money if there's some really cool vehicle parts to buy. God, that one's boring. No wonder it only has 57 votes. Melee weapon damage increased by 33%. That seems like a really... I don't want to say pointless, because I'm sure someone on the development team, there's a reason why they put that there. But no one, I don't see that ever being voted on. God, that looks good, guys. Not gonna lie. Like, that whole... Wrong, that production line. Oh, I know something I can do. Did I say I saw a 1 million Solari contract? No? I haven't seen a 1 million Solari contract. Oh, that quest. Oh, Grace says it's like a fake quest. It's to kill Zadara, whatever his name is. I don't think it's actually a real contract. Well, thanks, Toombs. I appreciate that, but it's definitely... I mean, yes, me streaming the game brought people, like brought a bunch of people together that might not have otherwise have seen it, but yeah, it's not. I've made. I gotta reiterate every day, it's not my guild because I do so many other things. Um, Definitely gonna continue to, you know, dip in and do things from time to time, but I can't take credit for all the day-to-day stuff. I'm like the face man, put it that way. What if I build a... Where the heck? Oh, it's in this one. There it is. Can I cap off the water thing? No, it's too high. Now that looks cool with like the observer floors with the recessed lighting, and then we got the light bars up front. All right, I'm pretty happy with that right there. That looks pretty dope. Other than the walls are fucked up because I messed that one up. We gotta redo this one right here. I gotta fix it. There we go. Cool beans, man. All right. Man, I forgot. So Tales of the Shire is dropping the same day as the early game preview for Grounded 2. In other words, we're going to be doing a lot of crafting and building on the 29th of July. Which is next Tuesday? What is today? Yeah, next Tuesday. Depending on when those games go live. That's going to be fun. Oh, but if you guys didn't get a chance to peep this earlier, well, I don't want to switch over right now because it'll, here, I'll show you. I'll pull up a screenshot. I won't be able to, if I switch over to the PS5 right now, it'll screw up the resolution of this and it'll be cranky. But I just picked up, on an impulse purchase, because it came out like a week ago, and Slandered Gaming was playing it last night, and I was like, ooh, I haven't played this in a long time, so I think I'm gonna do it over the next few days. We're gonna dip in, and we're not gonna play the whole game, but can I go to their page? Hang on, I'm getting an image pulled up. Give me a second here. Now, I did not get it for Steam. I went and got it on the PS5. But for those of you who are tuning around, you're going to want to stay tuned for this, because I'm either going to start this later today or it's going to be tomorrow we're going to start this. Which is Neverwinter Nights 2 Enhanced Edition. I loved this game when it came out. I'm not doing a full playthrough. I don't have time. But it was $30 and I was like, I'm going to grab it on the PS5 and just jump in and do 5 or 6 sessions over the next week just for nostalgia. Sink my teeth into some meaty 3.5 edition rules. An Obsidian Entertainment classic game. The remake is done by Aspire. It just came out like 5 or 6 days ago. It's available on Xbox, PlayStation, GOG, Steam. I got the PS5 version. So expect to see this popping up on the streams in the next couple of days. And you can blame Slandered Gaming for that, because I had no intent to play this, because I saw it come out like a week ago and I was like, ah, cool, that's awesome. But then I watched Slandered play it and I was like, he was having such a good time because he's never played it before, and he was in character creation when I watched him last night, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it, because at the very least I can do an early thoughts video, I can do a review, I can do is it worth it, I can do 6 or 7 pieces of content around this over the next week, and people who have the time and the energy and the inclination to go play this really should, because it's awesome. So, just as an FYI, just wait, I'll probably start that. It depends on the schedule today. I know I'm supposed to have a meeting. Dude, Thorgan, I didn't like the first one, and I'll tell you why. I had come out of playing Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale 1, Icewind Dale 2. And those games had 6-person party systems. And I was like, yeah. Then Neverwinter Nights comes out, and it's... Was it 2 or 3 people in your party? I think it was you and a companion. Like, 2 people. And I was like, ew, this sucks. Well, then Neverwinter Nights 2, if I remember correctly, brought it back up to where you could have 4 people in your party. And I was like, okay, now we're talking, you know, more of a classic group again. I think it was 4, because I think that was when they had come in and off of doing Knights of the Old Republic 2, which had 3 or 4 parts. Anyway, it's more of a party-based game. So I was happy that they brought more team members back to the table. And Neverwinter Nights 2, they gave you a castle. So when you were able to get your own keep, and like then you had all the quests to like do keep maintenance and like have your own place that was your home, and you were like the lord of the castle, and there were side quests, and I was like, this is freaking awesome. And I remember owning, there was like a special edition, complete edition that you could get a few years after it came out, which was like in a silver box. I remember I had that at some point. I'm pretty sure that's in storage at my sister's place, to be honest with you, because that's one of those box sets I have from years and years ago. Yeah, same thing here. Like any D&D content I could get my hands on, for sure. Happy to do that. Okay, I don't think I need to do anything else for the guild today. Which means I could probably log over and play my Harkonnen alt for a little bit. I don't want to get too deep involved in doing scanning of the deep desert today. Usually I would go out and scan the deep desert on Tuesdays, but I have to be available for a meeting. So I'm trying not to do anything. If I go out there and do that, that's like a 2-hour commitment, and I can't commit to 2 hours right now. I got to keep my schedule clear for the next bit. But I can go hop on the alt and play for a few minutes. Gustav says, just came here to say I absolutely love your Lotro videos with the family. We did episode 6 came out last night. Episode 7 came out this morning. We played for about an hour and a half last night, but I only have like an hour worth of videos because the first 30 minutes was us running around waiting for my brother to get home. So we were just running around killing spiders, and it wasn't anything exciting. But my niece is just a character, man. She was so spicy last night. She was There was a moment I was rewatching episode 7, which went out at 4 o'clock this morning. I was sitting here drinking my coffee. Um, there's a moment where she was trying to figure out how to get from Hobbiton back to Brockenborings, and she's kind of learning how to read, and so she's trying to read the mount thing, and my brother and I are working here through how to say Brockenborings, and she finally finds it, and she's like, "Is it the blue one?" And we're like, "Yeah, click it," and then she's just like, "See ya," like just doesn't. She's just like, "Whatever, peace out, bitches." Oh, it's just laughing so hard. She had all sorts of snappy comebacks last night. She was full of it. That kid is. She's trepidatious, man. She rides bulls and four wheelers, and she's definitely like out of those two kids. My nephew is more of he likes to read books and he's into video games. He's more of an inside kid, and he does outside stuff. He participates in the rodeo, but she is the one who is like, I want to be outside, and like she loves playing games with us, but she's definitely like not a city kid. She is a farm girl, 100%, and is out there in the shit every single day. Mike Shubin says he used to have that old Gary Gygax original rulebook, but lost it. I have an entire collection of first edition stuff in storage, and then I have a much bigger. When I say original, I have the Dungeon Masters Player's Handbook and the Monster Manual, all originals, first editions. They're in working condition. They're not like in pristine condition. They're in pretty good condition. But then I have like a pristine set of AD&D second edition, like the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. I have every single book. I have all of the advanced manuals, which have like the red faux leather covers. You have like the advanced ranger guide, the advanced thief guide, the advanced wizard guide. That is also in storage. And then I never got into 3.0, 3.5, or 4.0. I do have all the digital stuff for 5th edition, because we were actually doing when we built our tabletop game, we used the SRD, and so we were doing a live roleplay series on Twitch and YouTube a few years back. So we used 5th edition, and then we played. It was Bubbleodia, myself. I don't remember who all participated, but we did didn't we do that on my channel? I'm gonna go look. I'm pretty sure I did it on my YouTube channel. I think we did a Starfinder playthrough. Starfinder. Let me go Google this. Yeah, we did Incident at Absalon Station. We did an actual play series, which was. It says there's 50 episodes in that playlist. Let me go find that. I forgot all about that till just now. Who played in that? A few days. Oh, that's right. We had it was Bubbleonia, Mujin, and why am I blanking on his name? I haven't played. The last time I played with him was when we played Diablo 4 together. I feel really bad. Forget people's names, man. Ah, here it is. Gila. Oh, thank you, Jay. I forgot it's not even Tuesday yet. Dude, I don't even know what day of the week it is. So out of it, I'm like, ah. I forgot all about the Starfinder actual play series. That was fun, man. That is one thing I do miss is like having a weekly like physical tabletop session. Um, I don't know why I thought today was scanning day. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm gonna go switch over to the alt. I'm genuinely racking my brain to think if there's anything I need to do today, and I don't think there was. It was build the sand crawler, break down the carrier. Both of those are done. They're up in the chest up above. I made all the boxes. I got everything organized into those boxes. I put a particulate filter up top to fill this up. I don't need to make any duraluminum at the moment, so that'll just fill up. That's right, caffeinated. Tabletop RPG, alcohol, friends, crazy fun. Man, so everybody always asks me, where did I get this username, Renfail? That's from a D&D campaign. I met my buddy Ted, and we're not really close anymore. We used to be really close, but we just, we drifted apart because we moved to different parts of the country, or the world, essentially, long term. But I met him, my buddy I was living with at the time, he and I had gone to the Star Wars festival together in Colorado, in Denver, Colorado. It was the very first Star Wars festival. He and I had gone to that, and then we were super excited for Phantom Menace. We went to camp out at the theater in Loveland, Colorado, on the night before. There was going to be a midnight showing, and so we got there the night before to camp out to be first in line for the midnight showing, because that's back in the day. You couldn't buy your tickets in advance, so it was first come, first serve. And we thought we'd be there. We were in full costume. I was Qui-Gon Jinn. I've shared the photo on Discord a couple of times of me in costume. Built my own lightsaber. Had my own costume. Cosplaying before cosplaying was cool. And he went as Darth Maul. And when we got there, there was already a dude there, and he was camped out of the back of his pickup truck, and he had a little fold-up grill, a tent, and a big fucking dog. Like, full-on massive, this Malamute golden retriever crossbreed that was just with a bit of like a quarter wolf in it. That was just this huge dog, and he was just hanging out, smoking weed and grilling brats. When we rolled up, and it was like, who is this motherfucker? And so he was a massive Star Wars fan, and that was my buddy Ted. And I met Ted there, and we became fast friends over Star Wars, and then ended up he lived in the same town that I lived in, and he was into D&D, and I hadn't played D&D in like 3 or 4 years. So like in between work, I would go hang out at his house, and we'd play D&D. And he started this campaign. It was the first time I had ever played D&D with someone who was like a true storyteller. He had created his own world, these massive characters, these huge storylines and plots, and Renfail was one of 2 characters that I played in that campaign. And that campaign spanned about 9 months in real time. And then he moved out to Seattle from Colorado, and then we ended up playing over the phone for like a year and a half after that, continuing the adventures, because this is pre-Discord, pre-Skype, pre all that shit, um, and then we ended up playing like the first Diablo. I remember we played online together, but he was a really good friend for a long time. I went out and visited Seattle like 3 or 4 times. Him and his wife, actually, I hadn't seen him in like 10 years. And when I was still living in Cancun, he actually had gotten married. Him and his wife came to Cancun on their honeymoon and hung out with Chris and I. We took them out to the ruins of Chichen Itza and had a good time, caught up. But that campaign was like what I consider to be my, like, the best campaign I've ever been a part of in terms of tabletop. And that was where Renfield was created as a character. And I've just used the username ever since then. But that campaign, Renfield was a half-elf ranger whose cousin was a full elf assassin thief character, and we played We played first edition. He was playing first edition rules. So that's where I learned was first edition rules. And the first person I ever played with was second edition. So I actually went back when I was playing with Ted to go play first edition. And I'll never forget because my characters started off as chaotic good, and then they ended up becoming neutral evil characters over the course of the campaign. It was the only time I've ever played evil characters ever in any of my online stuff or any games I've ever played. I don't like to play evil characters, but those two characters ended up becoming evil because in their quest to save these people, they had to basically. It was literally like if you're watching Star Wars Andor and you watch Luthen when he defects from the Empire and he has to become the very evil he wants to defeat in order to defeat them. Like he has to use the means of the enemy to defeat the enemy. And that's what my characters did. They basically became evil to defeat evil. And like we got the Eye of Vecna and the Hand of Vecna, and like the one, my assassin chick, she like plucked her own eye out to put the Eye of Vecna in, and then her cousin, my ranger, cut his hand off to put the Hand of Vecna on. And oh yeah, we had some awesome like scary powers, but the price was very high. That was a great campaign. It was like about 2 years, I think, in total. Got up to I think like 16 or 18, level 16 or 18. It was a good. I pretty much learned everything I knew about DMing and how to DM on the fly. I definitely credit that guy Ted for teaching me all that stuff on how to be a good dungeon master and like how to let the dice tell the story and not be adherent to the rules. And I've played a lot of tabletop over the years, and the worst people to play with are the ones who play by the rule book. I fucking hate that. Like I can't stand playing with people who are rule Nazis. It just takes all the fun out of it. Well, the rules say that you can only move 7 feet, and then you have to do this, and oh no, you're 16 inches. You're just not. Nope, you're a half a millimeter. Nope, you need to. Oh, just roll the fucking dice, man. You know, do I need a 20? What do I need? You know, don't give me this BS about oh you're half a centimeter too short to make it. No, no. All right. Let's go over to the alt. Close this so you guys don't see my secret server sauce. And yellow is not a good shirt for the filter. Server. And I'm going to go see if there's any more coffee here in a moment. Yes, that's exactly the way it should be, Hector. The rules should be a set of guidelines and nothing more. You should feel free to throw the rules out the moment they stop. You know, when the rules are getting in the way of the fun, you need to throw the rules out. Like the rules are just there to be sort of like the guiding principle. But I have always loved the idea of have a plan, but it's like a ad lib session, you know? Like you have a rough idea of where you want the campaign to go, but everything else needs to be ad lib. And the dice are literally what tell the story. So win or fail, you know, the dice are what dictate what's happening. And you have to, I think that once you can get into that flow of letting the dice dictate what's going on at any given session, it opens up so many more opportunities because then it's not you telling the story. All you're doing is guiding the story. And you know, you can always, you know, the Matt Mercer method is great. It's highly entertaining and it works. But I'm just a big fan of, you know, having flexibility and stuff. All right, let's see how much money I made. I haven't played this guy in a couple of days. Oh shit, I did sell a bunch of stuff. So let's see how much money I made. I'm at 40, I'm at 39,000. Nice. So I made 40K, 30K. I made like 30,000. I still have some things on the broker that'll be up for another day. We'll see if those sell. Exchange has been very good to me. Yeah, Hector, I had a, it was one of the only sessions I've ever walked away from. I was 23, I think I was 23 years old. 22 or 23, something like that. And I had had congestive lung failure. I was living with my grandma, recuperating. And the first time in my life I had gone off and done like something out of construction, and I went and got a summer job while I was hanging out at my grandma's place in Springfield, Missouri. It was doing telemarketing. I went and worked for the summer at this, I think it was called MCI, like selling long distance or something. And it was a boring job, but it was something to do while I was hanging out at my grandma's place. And I met some people there who said they loved D&D, and they were looking for someone to like DM. And so I was like, oh, well, they just wanted to have fun and play D&D. And we got together, and it was this dude and his like wife and like 2 of their friends. And I DM'd, I think 3 sessions and walked away and was like, nope. Because the dude who we were playing with was a rule Nazi. And he couldn't accept that I was making decisions based on just role play and dice rolls and like interpretive ad lib, having fun with it. He like, I remember there was this session where they were like trying to attack this giant, right? And he wanted to do these crazy like acrobatics things, and I'm just like, you know what? We're gonna simplify this, and we're just gonna say, you need an 18 or higher to make that crit hit. And then I like to use 6-sided dice for a lot of stuff where it's like, I call them flavor dice. And he was flipping out over me wanting to use flavor dice. He's like, no, it has to be, look, I'm jumping this far, the rules say that it needs to be. And he literally got pissed and like yelled at me, and I literally packed my books up and I said, I'm not going to put up with this. And I left his house and never talked to the guy again. I worked in the same building with him, but just avoided him at work. I literally just packed up my shit and left his house. I was like, nope, not going to deal with that. No. Some 30-year-old dude yelling at me about rules, and it's like, I'm not going to, no. Not my version of fun. If you want to roll that way, that's your choice. You can do that if you want to, but I have no desire to play with people like that, because he was literally upset, like yelling about, that's not how the rules are supposed to work. It's like, dude. Okay, I think what I need to do is go to Imperial Testing Station number 29. Something I was thinking about last night with this character, guys. So this is a challenge run, right? So I'm not allowed to, like, part of this is I'm not doing like any sort of major crafting. So buying my vehicle components and things of that nature. But I was just thinking, what happens when you're pursuing the faction storyline and you get to the point where they send you to the instances that are off in the deep desert? How do you do those if you don't have an ornithopter? Like, what if I haven't got the coin to buy the ornithopter parts to put the ornithopter together? Is there a taxi option to go to those destinations? Because, like, there's, like, the water merchant. Well, that was for the Atreides side, but I'm assuming the Harkonnen side has some of those instanced things that you're supposed to travel to in the deep desert. And I'm like, well, what if I'm doing this challenge run where I don't have an ornithopter? What happens then? I mean, eventually I will have an ornithopter, but what if I don't have the coin? Jared says there's a taxi in the deep desert. Okay, there is. Well, that was sort of my question, is how do I do that if I haven't gotten to the point where I'm ready to pony up and pay? Alright. I need a haircut in real life, Hector. That's what it comes down to. My wife has been busy. I went the wrong way. I may only have a few strands left, but I'm ready for my... I'm supposed to get a haircut every 60 days, and I'm approaching like 90 days without a haircut. Haircut and beard trim. I did trim the beard last week, so it's time for the haircut. Yeah, I did not know there were taxis in the deep desert. Jared, didn't know that. I knew about the ones in Haga Basin, but not about the deep desert.
Can I fly you somewhere today? Music to my ears. Where do you want to go?
Because here I only have, it's just a random time. It's an arbitrary number of ruffles. My haircuts happen whenever we have spare time. It's usually every couple of months, every 3 months. The 60-day things was an arbitrary bullshit number. Don't get focused on it.
The basin is a pretty big place. Could you narrow it down a little?
Yeah, take me to Pinnacle Station.
Let's try to avoid any pot shots from the locals as we take off.
I know, I had a bunch of people asking me if I'm going to grow the beard out again. It's like, I don't think I will. Not here anyway. It's too hot in the summertime. It's just a big pain in the ass. I think whenever we move up to the mountain home, I will definitely let the beard grow again and get the Gandalf look going. Probably grow my hair out again too. My 8 strands that I'll have by then. Go for the old mountain hermit look. Oh, the mountains are calling. They are indeed. Alright, let me see if there's any more coffee before I go to this testing station. I'll be right back. Did I say deep desert? I meant overworld, yes. The instance missions on the map. Alright. What's up, Blueface? Alright, I don't think there's any quicksand out here. Yeah, there's a way down in here, if I remember correctly. Hang on. Oh, Blueface, you missed it. Like, so at the end of this morning's stream, and I showed it off like maybe 10-15 minutes ago, I'm going to blame Slandered for this because I saw that it had come out, but I had no intention of playing it. And then as you saw it, because you were there last night, I happened to hop in on Slander's stream for like 30 minutes while I was sitting here drinking tequila at the end of the night. And I went, well, shit. And I went and bought it this morning on the PS5. So I literally was showing this off earlier, maybe 15-20 minutes ago. Yes, if not today, then tomorrow I'll be starting. Today is just going to depend on a few things because I have a meeting later on that I'm waiting to attend, and I don't know what time that meeting is taking place because it's based on other people. Shit! I didn't know there was anybody here. Oh, how did it miss? Anyway, yes. But I'm gonna blame Slandered on that because I wasn't gonna do anything, and then I saw his stream and was like, well, okay, I guess I'll dive in. I won't do a full playthrough though. It'll be, you know, the next 6 days. I've got a few spare times, a few spare moments. Man, I can't talk this morning. I need to drink more coffee. I have some spare time over the next few days until the 29th because that's when Tales of the Shire starts and Grounded 2 goes into game preview mode. My dyslexia is getting the better of me with like not being able to talk. So yes. I mean, I've played it years and years and years before. It's not really... No. Get out of the way. Yes. Whoa! Did you see that? I don't know what that was. A little bit of a glitch. Oh, there's another one. I could swear I remember coming over here. Oh, here it is. I was gonna say, I remember coming over here on my main character and jumping down a hole. Here we go.
Someone's here. Who's that?
Ah! Got stuck in the corner.
I've got you covered.
Where are you at?
I've got your back. Tossing grenade.
You toss all you want.
Need to reload.
I was totally shocked I was still up too last night, Queen Blue Face. Like, I'm usually in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock. But it was pouring down rain. And so Chris and I were up with the storm and just animals and stuff. And so I played Lord of the Rings Online on Sunday nights with my family. So I'm actually up past my bedtime on Sunday nights because I usually go to bed at 7:30. But we don't start playing until like 7 with the fam. So I usually finish up on 8, then I do my video editing. Then we had a storm, so it was like 8:30. And I was literally had finished up my video editing, and I was drinking a cup of tequila and was like sitting on my computer watching things upload for tomorrow morning. And I happened to see that Slander had gone live playing Neverwinter Nights 2, and I was like, well, shit, I'm going to go. I don't get a chance to watch Slander. I like Slander a lot, but he plays so damn late most of the time because of his day job, so I don't get a chance to often watch him. He used to stream at an ungodly late hour at like 11 o'clock at night until like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I could never watch those, so it was nice to be able to just, even if it was only for 15 minutes, it was nice to, because he tunes into my streams as often as he can, and I like to reciprocate. And I haven't done any co-things with him in a while, but we did some co-streaming stuff back when, like, the D&D fiasco. That's actually how we got to know each other, was because of when the D&D thing was happening a couple years back with the 5th edition SRD controversy and Pathfinder and all that stuff. And then he and I both share interests with, like, Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons and like RPGs of that style, but he's way deeper into Pathfinder than I am. Garrett says we can't move past. Excuse me. For the record, you cannot taxi the deep desert. Only back to Hagar, the social hubs. Okay, cool.
Welcome, honored guest. Dr. Natalia Manis here, head of testing station number 29. My fellow station leads are constantly reminding me of what a plum assignment this station is, located as it is in this deep gravity.
Alright, I need to pay attention to bandages.
And sheltered from the weather.
Oh, I heard somebody. there's one there too. I know there's guys at the end of this. I remember they come from either side. It's been a while since I've been down in here, but I do remember that much.
Push back the enemy.
Oh, you're gonna play that way, are you? Come here. You know what? I should go ahead and keep looting all these guys because I forgot that like I've been selling these blade parts and stuff on the exchange for quite a nice profit. I need to remember to not leave that shit to lay waste. Oh shit! Don't know where you come from. Holy crap, that scared me. Ah!
Shields on.
Oh, I missed. I gotta jump over.
Die, Mola.
Come here. Come get me.
Enemy sight.
Okay. I'm telling you, I'm starting to really love the Blade Master, like the Sword Master. A lot of fun. Like, I originally thought this guy was going to be Trooper first, Sword Master second, and I have definitely been feeling it. Like, Sword Master first, baby. Like, I don't mind having a gun and grenades, but the sword is just like, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Got the Pentashield key. What's up, Zariah? Alright, we are still looking for the Harkonnen intelligence. That's the whole point of us being down in here.
cover!
Remember correctly, so your chest back over here. Nope, I am misremembering. Oh, I fucked that up.
A large sandstorm is approaching.
Nope, 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 nope. This is not good, not good, not good, not good. Nope, not dead yet. Oh no! Okay.
Die!
I need to get rid of this asshole. You're gonna fucking fuck me up every time, aren't you? Okay. Get away, bitch. Okay. Woo! Had a moment of panic there. Like trying to whip out my turret. Wrong tune! Wrong tune!
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Okay, where is this? It says that way, so I gotta go up through there for sure. Can we even go through here? No. It's also so weird being back on a character that only has tier 1 abilities. It's like, oh, this hurts. It's difficult. It's hard. There's a pentashield and the thing I need for the quest. Evidence.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Take a final sippy sip before we go. Yeah, the tier 2 and tier 3 abilities are, that's a pretty significant step up.
Welcome, honored guest. Dr. Natalia Manis here, head of testing station.
No, I gotta keep my weapon up. There's guys outside of here if I remember correctly, because we came. Oh no, yes there are. But I gotta get out of here now, and that's gonna be tricky because I came in by dropping down the hole, and I don't think I've ever driven out of here because I've always had an ornithopter when I've come out of this place before, so this will be fun. not respawn yet? I might be left. No, they definitely respawn. Who is shooting at me? Take pot shots. Shut up, Abelard. Leave me alone. I have no clue, Pika Pika. I've never given a shit about that one lost skill point. I have no clue. Like, literally, that's like the last thing I've ever paid attention to, so I have no idea. I know people have been obsessing over it and have asked me 10 or 12 times, and I just don't know. Couldn't tell you. Alright, we gotta try to figure out how to get out of here. Yeah, I just don't know, yeah. Plus, I haven't respec'd in forever, so... Oh, I still get lost down in here, Tombs. Especially coming out this side, because when I played the first 100 hours of the game, I was coming in from the Anvil side and doing the Pinnacle. I always get lost trying to get out here. When I bring the buggy down in here from the Pinnacle Station side, I still get lost. Like, I'm just going to follow this up and hopefully it'll lead me out. And if not, I'll sugar wire my way up the walls. The nice thing about being able to stockpile all the cash that I'm making, because this is a weird, weird challenge run, is that theoretically by the time I get to rank 4 faction, I'll have enough money to just buy the Ornithopter parts and be good to go. Yay! I think I managed to find my way out. Looks like we're out, sort of. Pinnacle Station, here we come. Although, this doesn't necessarily look like it leads directly out. I have to find a way up. Does this lead me out? Or is this like a tunnel? That is a tunnel. That is not the way out. There's got to be a side tunnel up here that I missed. Side tunnel? Side tunnel! I don't see a side tunnel. Wait, was that a tiny little ledge? Oh my god, I almost drove off. That's all that was a tiny little ledge? Oh, I feel robbed. I have a feeling I'm going to sugar wire my way out of here. No, get off. Thing. Otherwise, I'm going to be in here forever trying to find the tunnel. Oh my god, you scared me. Oh, did you put? Can I have some sugar at least? Sugar. These are not my favorite fruits, and my wife is making me eat strawberries. I don't mind strawberries when they're with something, but not my favorite fruit. I feel like a 5-year-old kid. I don't want to eat it. No, I don't want to. And I'm going to make faces when I eat it. No wanna. Nah. Problem is, if my wife doesn't make me eat fruit, I don't eat fruit. Vegetables I eat, because I eat salads every day. I like salads. And then I'll go give the little rumps to the chickens. They love them. I do love blueberries, but blueberries aren't in season all the time. Alright. Get Mikey, he'll eat anything. Alright, I legitimately do not know how to get the frack out of here. Oh, there's no way I'm gonna make that. Oh! Alright, get the lay of the land here. I'm looking for a tunnel or something that's gonna lead me out. There is a tunnel up there. However, I am not going to be able to make any sort of significant... I might be able to make it over there to that landing, but I'm seriously doubting it. Oh no, I'm not going to be even anywhere close. Okay. I might be able to make it up here. Oh, that was close. I have never thought about it that before, Gray. No, I've already had like 6 of those today. I don't need any more. However, I will show these off. These things, guys, if you ever buy these are dangerous. The brand is, what? Picard chocolates. They're these little, like, chocolate pretzels. Dude, I can't. We bought a bag of those last week to, kind of be nice for ourselves. No. She's making fun of me because she's like, you don't make faces when you eat these, only when you eat the strawberries. I'm like, I know. But those chocolate covered pretzels, I've been eating like 6 of those a day. Like yeah, dangerous is what those are. Man, I do not know how the frack to get out of here. Is that a way out down there? Kind of looks like it might be. No, that just leads to the stupid, somehow I gotta get up another level. I don't know how to do that. I've never been down in here on this end on just a bike. I've always had my ornithopter when I've come in here from this side. Oh, hang on. There's something right here I could get up. Oh! Falling off the cliff, screaming like a little bitch. Oh, I think this is probably a way out, surely. Yep. Take me to Pinnacle Station so I can fly back to Anvil. I like how I'm getting called out for not making faces when I eat chocolates, but making faces when I eat strawberries. Ew, Mom. I don't like it. The funny thing is, like, I like all the things that, you know, kids normally don't like. Like, I love asparagus and Brussels sprouts, broccoli, salad. I like green stuff. I love spinach, zucchini. But fruits, I'm like, eh. I like bananas. I like blueberries. Kiwis are pretty good. But I'm like, apples, eh. Strawberries, meh. Blackberries are good. Raspberries are good.
Can I fly you
Boysenberries are
somewhere
good.
today? Music to my ears. The basin is a pretty big I never miss. Let's move before a storm rolls in.
All right. Make our delivery. Do 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 do. Okay.
Ah, it's you. Let's get to work. Really? I've been looking for a way back up the ladder, and your talents are key. A rising tide will raise us both. It has to. It must. Don't, don't mind me.
Yeah. In terms of intrigue, buddy, only one rises to the top.
Really? Do you think so? What an interesting theory. You speak in such absolutes.
What do you got?
No, it's you. Where have you been? Where? Never mind. I have a job for you. We must act quickly.
You seem a little strung out, bro.
Don't take familiar tones with me, child. Do you know who I am? Who I was? Who I will be again? Never mind that. On to the task at hand.
I do like his
An
suit. Do
immense
we get this
opportunity
suit at
is
some
within our
point?
grasp, and we must seize it. There is a former Atreides hero, now disgraced, by the name of Katrina Kloros.
Okay.
I have it on good authority that Kloros was once thick as thieves with Captain Tai Skorda. She knows something about these escapades. She must! Even as a turncoat, Kloros won't talk to an obvious Harkonnen, so I must send you.
Uh-oh. Mommy
Hurry
left the door open.
Hurry,
Hang
hurry.
on. Cat's just snuck in. Who just snuck in? Who are you? And are you supposed to be in here? Because Mommy left the door open. Which one of you just snuck in? Whoever it is went under the bed. think it was Smeagol. It looked like a dark cat, so I'm pretty sure it was him. I think he took advantage of the fact that Mommy didn't shut the door, and he was like, ooh, I guess I'm gonna go in and take a nap in Daddy's office. You got the smoothest shakes, Maxim.
You impertinent. My habits are well in hand. As our great Baron says, satiation is the virtue of the weak.
Sure.
Make all haste. With the information Katrina Chloros holds, I shall reap great rewards. That is, we shall reap great rewards. Now go. Go.
Okay. She is over there. I got 10 skill points. Unfortunately, I'm getting to the point where I have nothing else that I need to purchase. I need to just basically go do the second rank of Swordmaster abilities, probably. Because it's all the... I only really care about the passives at this point. Yeah. If I want those, I'm going to have to do that. Where is the merchant dude?
Still alive? Not too bad. We had a bet going.
Bet you did. I thought I stashed my Karpov. That's equip. That's the backpack one. Everything else I can hold on to sell. I think this is the part where they make you start going to the PvP ships at some point. Those little open ships. Okay. Cool beans. I gotta wrap it here, everybody. I need to go do some stuff. I've got a meeting that I need to make sure that I'm available for the next little bit, in case it happens. If not today, then tomorrow, we're gonna start the Neverwinter Nights 2 Nostalgia run. I just don't know yet. Today's gonna just depend on a few things. If it doesn't happen today, then probably what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to start off with Destiny 2 for a little bit, and then we're going to roll right into the Neverwinter Nights 2 after that, tomorrow morning. But there is a chance I'll come back this afternoon after my meetings and do some Neverwinter Nights 2 stuff today, so just stay tuned for that. But we also have storms happening all afternoon, so it just kind of depends. For now, I'm going to go away and cut a bunch of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram shorts, because I need to do my short production for the day. While I'm on call for this meeting, and then I will update you all accordingly once I know if I'm coming back. It was Smeagol. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody before we go? Rawr, big boy. What's up, big boy? Yeah. We were just looking at baby pictures of you 2 days ago. Yeah. A little over 3 years old now. Yeah, your birthday was in May. Big boy. What do you have on your deck? Probably you and your brother fighting. I'm gonna go over to the bed. Alright, catch you guys later.